And with 13 days left until the election, a new voter outreach effort is revving up in the heart of Philadelphia. Joining us now to explain is NBC News correspondent Trymaine Lee. Trymaine, tell us about this new initiative.
Thank you so much for having me. Just days ahead of the voter registration deadline in Pennsylvania, I hit the streets of Philly with more than 100 black men for a very non-traditional voter outreach effort aimed at one of this year's most important voting blocks, other black men. In Philadelphia, they're revved up and ready to go. More than 100 bikers representing some of the city's black motorcycle clubs, cruising through neighborhoods with low voter turnout and low political engagement, especially among black men.
Everybody needs to get out and vote.
The Harley-Davidson riding pastor, Alan Waller, heads the biggest black church in Philly.
Black bikers vote, black men vote, and then just people who care about democracy getting together on a beautiful day. If you don't vote, nobody's gonna hear your voice.
Joe Paul is executive director of Black Men Vote.
Okay.
Talk to us about these unique efforts to engage with black men.
You know, black men are not monolithic. We wear tons of different hats. We're interested in barbershops. We're interested in sports. We know brothers are going to pay attention. And it's important for them to see themselves riding through the neighborhood.
VP Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are in a dead heat according to recent national polls. While an overwhelming majority of black voters, including black male voters, support VP Harris, a generational trend is emerging. In a poll of 7 swing states, 21% of black men under the age of 50 lining up behind Trump. That's why both sides are on a battleground state blitz aimed at black men.
Thank you, Pennsylvania.
Harris appearing on black-oriented national media with high-profile interviews with Charlemagne the God, Roland Martin, and The Shade Room, and Trump leaning on his black male supporters, including controversial former NFL standouts Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
Let's vote for Trump, baby.
Back on the streets of Philadelphia.
We're here to support the vote.
Whether on motorcycles, whether in bikes, cars, walking, we want to make sure that we are representing and making sure that we're moving forward with our constitutional rights.
Black men say they want to be heard.
I think both parties make the mistake of assuming that when you talk to black men about criminal justice reform, you've answered our questions. But we are entrepreneurs, and we are business persons, and we are homeowners, and we are people with student loans because we graduated from college, and we want some real discussions around economic matters in the community.
Black Men Vote set a goal this cycle of registering 100,000 black men in cities all across the country. And they tell me they've hit 95% of that goal, with 60,000 of those registrations coming from black men in Philly.
Trymaine, one of the things I noticed when we did our bus tour through Philly a couple of weeks ago is there seems to be non-traditional people and non-traditional groups that have risen up telling people to vote. And what a lot of the national media misses is there's a strong and large Muslim, black Muslim, Orthodox Muslim population in Philadelphia.
That's right. This conversation about black men and how engaged black men are in this election cycle has animated and motivated and energized folks on the ground. So, you know, it's kind of a for us, by us kind of mentality going into communities. But as you mentioned, Philly is the only city in this country with a majority black Muslim population. I had an opportunity to talk with legendary Philly rappers, Freeway and Beanie Sigel. And Beanie Sigel said that while he's on the fence, Freeway said, I know what I have to do, but we're 2 Muslim men. And so it's really tough. And so engaging with black men in a city like Philadelphia on matters, issues that matter most to them, not just, you know, women's rights and LGBTQ issues of providing for their families, issues around the war in Gaza, which is, again, obviously hands off given the nature of how things are playing out. But that's the kind of conversation that has to happen in a place like Philly with black men.
And Philly, Caddy, arguably the most important city on the electoral map. And there's been concerns of the national Democrats that the Pennsylvania State Party and in Philadelphia itself, a little bit of a mess with 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, I spent a day in Philadelphia yesterday going around Montgomery County with Madeline Dean, the Democratic congresswoman there. There was a lot of energy in that area. And what they're trying to do, obviously, is drive up turnout as much as they can to kind of mitigate against the other areas of Pennsylvania where turnout may be lower or perhaps there's less organisation, as you're suggesting. Trymaine, when you're talking to black male voters and you talk about Kamala Harris as a black woman, there's been a tendency historically for black men to vote more Republican than black women. Does the fact that she is a woman of color make a difference in their vote this time around?
I have not heard that. I think there are a few groups in this country who have benefited more from the leadership of black women than black men. People in our communities, whether they're female pastors or business owners or mothers or grandmothers. I think some of the issue is it cuts along generational lines. When you have a younger cohort of black men who aren't necessarily falling in line with the tradition of voting for the Democrat, and there's a contrarian streak among them. There's the manosphere, there's the podcast, there's a lot of misinformation,
crypto
disinformation.
Guys.
All of these guys, right? But the idea that black men are somehow more misogynistic than other men, their misogyny runs through all of us, but that hasn't popped up. Now, again, concern around whether she's tough enough compared to, that kind of false machismo of Donald Trump may play for certain folks, but that's not what I've been hearing.
NBC News correspondent Tremaine Lee, thank you very much for coming on this morning with your reporting. We appreciate it.